something fun today. While we are in the never-ending story of waiting for parts for this, and this, we got back our Renault Express. Renault Extra if you live in the UK. I think they had another name in Germany also, I don't remember. But this is a Renault Express. 1.2 litre petrol. It's just came back from the police station where it's been impounded. So the Renault Express has just came back from the police station where it was parked at the side of the road because the last time we drove it, it died. Flip front bonnet, it died. And why did it die? I believe it died because it had, the piston rings are totally gone on it, I reckon. So let's pull the dipstick out and see if we get some smoke. Nope, but it certainly smells like smoke. This is a 1.2 litre engine, the same as what is in Renault Twingo. Monopoint injection, Magneti Marelli or whatever. Italian crap. So it's got a little bit of rust on it that we started to repair and never finished. While we are waiting for the new engine for this to come, which has also been in shipping for the last 3 weeks and hasn't arrived, we shall clean it up. We shall clean it up and start to do some rust repairs on it. Hopefully the engine should come today or tomorrow or the next day or any time in the next 10 days, considering it's been out for delivery for like 2 weeks. And we pay good money for the shipping as well, but it's the usual in Spain. You ship stuff and they deliver it off when they can be arsed. So yeah, the last time we drove this car, we were getting some serious knocking and I pulled the dipstick and it was just pure white smoke. And let's see if we pull these breathers off, if we're getting any smoke. No, these breathers were just pissing smoke out of the crankcase. So we went and got it from the police impound this morning. We got it from the police impound this morning, brought it back. Why had it been impounded? Well, I had parked it at the side of the road. It has a road tax, it has insurance, it has registration. I parked it at the side of the road, down a quiet dirt road behind the sports arena, out of the way, like a month ago. Was not in anybody's way, nobody parks down there, nobody drives down there. They had an event and they needed the parking. So they towed the car, put it in the parking in the middle of the cemetery, and then charged me 160 euros for the pleasure of the tow truck to take it to the other side of town, which is 400 metres, 500 metres. Like I grew like a tow truck from my garage to Palma, like 40-minute drive away, is 80 euros, and they went 400 metres with it and charged me 160 euros. That's pretty criminal, to be honest, but it's the police, of course it's criminal. So we got it back today, we drove it here, it was not very happy. I could not let off the throttle, I had to use the handbrake all the way for my braking all the way. But honestly, if I think BMW 39 are the best cars ever, possibly Renault Expresses are the second best cars ever, and this one is particularly cool. And it's ridiculous. It's a 1.2 litre and it's got OZF ones with Toyo R888s on it, but it looks good. They are. The best thing about these cars is this safari roof, which opens up. Not a safari roof. I think they call it a giraffe roof. The giraffe roof. Something like that. Like, so you can put your wooden ladders in the back, but it's like a pretty cool spoiler. Look at that big spider, big spider. But yeah, does that not look pretty cool? I think it does. So after washing the Express, I've started to do some rust repairs on it. You shall see here, I'll spin you round. This is it's rusty here. There's a bit there, and there's a bit in between the windscreen wipers. We had started to repair this before, and then we got sidetracked. So we'll do it again. It's kind of underneath the window seal. I don't want to take the window seal out. So what I've done is I have used this pick and I've folded it over, and I've got it right up against, folded over the ledge. You can see there, so the rust stops there and the rust stops there. You can see where it's getting clean again. And then you can see here where the rust stops there and there. So we'll just do this bit. We're doing it as best we can. We're not wanting to spend a fortune on it. The car cost €300. So we've got a sander here. The sander has like a rubber edge on it, and that rubber edge actually pushes the seal in. So the way the rubber sander's been pushing the seal in, we actually are getting pretty much all the way into the edge of the metal. So it's going to be as good as it's going to get. It's a €300 car with €1,000 worth of wheels on it, and as the engine's knackered, it's about to get €200 engine out the scrappy. I could not find an engine for a 1.2 litre petrol Renault Express anywhere, but I believe it is exactly the same engine as in the Renault Twingo 1.2 petrol with the monopoint injection. So I've ordered one of them, and we'll put that in and see if it fits and how much jiggery pokery we have to do. So we're cleaning the metal off. We cleaned out the old filler that was on. We've cleaned the metal off. I'm just trying to get all of the rust levelled out. I'm using one of these. This is a 3M Scotch-Brite pad for taking paint off without really taking, it's better than like a grinding wheel because it doesn't really take that much of the metal out. But here where you've got like this sort of corrosion on it, it works really nice at levelling out the metal again. It will rip the seal to pieces, so I am being super careful with it. I'll show you here. Like this bit here hasn't been hit with it, and then there has. So you can see how smooth it brings it out, and it really rips paint off. Really rips the paint off quickly. Let's turn the camera back round, put you back down there. So we'll get that cleaned out, and then one second. And then we'll put some of this on it, Generalite rust converter. That'll turn the rusty area black. The metal turns really, really black if there's any rust there, and that actually, through some chemical wizardry, kills the rust, supposedly. And then we'll prime it and paint it. We don't, like I say, we're not spending tons of money in this car. It is one of my favourite cars, but it's tatty as anything. But I just don't want this rust spreading. Is the rust probably worse down in there than we can see it? Probably. Is this really going to fix it? Probably not. Is it going to look a bit better? Yes. So, you know, it's not getting rained on all the time. The reason this rust came back was because this car got left abandoned for a year, and it just sort of, when you don't touch things get like this. So we're now going to be back to using it. One of the few cars we have that has an ITV, so it will be nice to get this fixed and back on the road. We shall have some fun fitting the engine when it eventually comes. It should be pretty straightforward. Like, how difficult can it be? There's tons of space. It's engine and gearbox. I bought engine and gearbox with everything on it out of a running car. So hopefully it's just a case of plugging it in and plugging it out. We shall see. But the Renault Express is, if you want to learn about understeers at the limit, this car understeers a mile under the limit. Not so much with these tyres on it, but with the stock original tyres. If you want to learn about car handling, try a Renault Express or a Renault 5, like a base one with skinny little tyres on it in the rain, and you'd be like, oh, this is what it feels like when your car has no grip and no stability control. I think that people are missing that nowadays, like kids and stuff. Like all these cars have got such big tyres on them, everything's got traction control. Like even relatively 10-year-old and 15-year-old cars are not like driving one of these. I think this is 1994, so yeah, again, this is 31 years old. It's held up together pretty well for a 31-year-old car. Like, I can drive it every day. I happily drive it every day. It's a stealth machine as well. Like, you're really undercover in it. Maybe less so with these wheels on it, but it is. It's yeah, and you can just bang it down the back roads. I love the Safari roof, giraffe roof. It's cool. Safari windows, sliding windows. Like, they don't build them like they used to, and it's not nippy at all. It's better to drive than the Audi we were out in the other day, 100%, and it's a whole homologation special. It's like, I would rather drive this 1.2 litre Renault Express van than drive that Audi, honestly. But people think that's strange. Like, I'm actually getting loads of people wanting to buy the Audi just now off me in Wallapop. But everybody's on the mainland, and that's just a whole pain in the arse again themselves. How do I get it there? Just buy the car and you worry about how you're going to get it to where it goes after you buy it. Like, I'm not can you bring it to the mainland for me? No. You pay me €1,000? No. Well, come and buy it and pay the money and work out how you're going to get it there yourself. Like, why does everybody needs like hand-held, like, for everything? You want a car, just come and buy the car. Anyway, let's attack this rust a little bit more. So you can see here, that's all cleaned up now. We've done the middle one, we've done this one. There's actually a little hole there, but we'll get some fibre glass filler and fill it all in. It should be all right. Let's just stick you down there. With the Genelite, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shake it up first. It's pretty old, this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it on so that I can really jab it in down behind the seal with a paintbrush instead of just spraying it on the outside, so that we get it all jabbed right in. You can see that this is all shiny now. And then, remember, this is not an educational channel. This is me. Also, with those 3M brushes that we were using earlier on to take the paint off, they absolutely rip through the metal and the paint, right? But you have to use serious safety squints with them. So you can see how we're just going to paint this on, and you can see how the paint, the rust changes colour. We get it all jabbed in there as best we can, and then we'll come round here to the last one. See how the rust is straight away changing colour. So what we're going to do is leave this Genelite now to dry and do its chemical magic, and then we'll come back down in half an hour, dry it off, clean it off, and then start to put some filler on it. So skip forward a couple of hours and we have filled it, we primed it, filled it, sanded it, primed it a couple more times, sanded it down with 400, cleaned it off now, and we are going to paint it. Oh, yeah. I have a tin of Alpine White Volkswagen Audi with a touch of yellow in it, which was from a Mark 1 Golf, whose bumpers I painted. My girlfriend's, I painted her bumpers a few months ago, so this is leftovers. It's close enough. This is absolutely knackered white paint, and this is white paint, so we'll do it and we'll see how it looks. It can't look any worse than it did. This is not Chip Fuss's body shop classes here, this is getting Renault Expresses back on the road classes. So we'll give it a little scooch of paint and see how it looks, but it looks all right now. Certainly looks better than it did. And this is just automotive paint mixed up in a can you can buy from the shop like that. And it's a two-part, so it has a separate lacquer to spray on after. We'll give that 2 coats of white, and then when the second coat's a little bit tacky, we'll hit it with the lacquer, and then that'll be it done. And we should have a presentable car again. Well, as things always spiral out of control, one small job turns into a bigger job, I started to paint it, and I painted this side here, and I faded it in up there, and I faded it into that side across, but it was just too obvious, so I ended up doing all the way around to here and faded up the pillars and into the roof. But looks all right, it'll do. The white is white, it matches, slightly matches, it kind of matches. The white's not miles off, but the paint is just really faded and dotted on it. But I now know that we're going to have a really white scuttle panel and windscreen surrounded, not a white car. So how long it will be before we end up painting all of this car, I don't know. I don't want to paint it though. I like it all dented and rough and tatty, but once I pull the paper off, will I be able to live with the change, with the perfect bit and the rest of it looking bad? I don't know. I have to. You have to be able to just, everything doesn't have to be perfect. This is by no means perfect, but looks all right. Nice little afternoon job. Couple of hours. The good thing just now is it's super hot. It's too hot for black jeans and black t-shirts, long hair and beards, but it means you're waiting minutes between coats because everything's drying like that. So that looks pretty good. Another job ticked off the list.